Ladies and gentlemen, Aurangzeb was many things to many people, but he certainly wasn't a hero. We can all agree on that. The Mughal emperor who ruled India some 300 years ago was austere, he was frugal, he was cruel, and he was a bigot. After all, he beheaded his brothers, he imprisoned his father, he destroyed some of Hinduism's most significant temples, and he executed Sikh Guru Tegh Bahadur and Maratha icon Sambhaji for their refusal to convert to Islam. That, ladies and gentlemen, is history, and history cannot be changed. But should a progressive, developing nation be obsessed about the actions of a long-dead tyrant to the point that it seems like it's the only critical matter at hand? Ladies and gentlemen, more than 3 centuries after his death, the controversial legacy of Aurangzeb is still sparking a political firestorm in Maharashtra. In the latest chapter, the ruling dispensation wants to bring down his so-called tomb in Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. It used to be called Aurangabad at some point. The Chief Minister of the state has said as much and done so publicly. Only Aurangzeb does not have a tomb. He lies buried in a nondescript, unmarked mud grave in a corner of a Sufi shrine with a tulsi plant growing on it. Today, heavy security surrounded the ASI-protected grave as right-wing outfits, including the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and the Bajrang Dal, threatened a Babri masjid-like fate if their demand to remove the grave was not met. Their argument is that the grave, which they claim is worshipped by some, is an affront to society and Maratha pride and should be wiped off the face of this earth. The state chief minister and deputy chief minister have echoed this vigilante sentiment as well. Both have expressed that the only reason the tomb remains standing is due to its protection under the Archaeological Survey of India. Essentially saying, if it was up to us, we would have razed it down by now.
आज यातनं एक संदेश निश्चितपणे जातो आहे की या देशामध्ये महिमा मंडन होईल तर ते छत्रपती शिवरायांच्या मंदिराचं होईल, औरंगजेबाच्या कबरीचं होणार नाही, हे देखील या निमित्ताने लक्षात घेतलं पाहिजे. आज हे ठीक आहे, खरं म्हणजे त्या औरंग्याची कबर कशाला हवी, परंतु आपल्याला देखील कल्पना आहे की एएसआयने त्याला 50 वर्षापूर्वी संरक्षित म्हणून अशा प्रकारचं त्या ठिकाणी स्थळ म्हणून घोषित केलेलं आहे आणि म्हणून त्याचं संरक्षण देखील करायची जबाबदारी ही राज्य सरकारवर आणि केंद्र सरकारवर येऊन पडलेली आहे. काय दुर्दैव आहे, ज्या औरंग्याने आमच्या हजारो लोकांना मारलं त्याच्याच कबरीचं संरक्षण आम्हाला करावं लागतं.
तर संभाजी महाराजांचं शौर्य आणि औरंगजेबाचं कौर्याची जी काय परिसीमा त्यांनी गाठली होती आणि अशा औरंग्याच्या आठवणी किंवा त्याच्या निशाणी या महाराष्ट्रामध्ये कशाला पाहिजे, ही भावना जी आहे ही या तमाम शिवभक्तांची, त्याचा आदर केला पाहिजे आणि त्यांची भावना बरोबर आहे. त्यांची भावना जी आहे तीच माझी भावना आहे. जो देशभक्त असेल, राष्ट्रभक्त असेल, त्यांनी औरंग्याच्या कबरीचं उदात्तीकरण करता कामा नये, कारण त्यांनी आपल्या देशावर, आपल्या महाराष्ट्रावर चाल करून आला.
लोगों की कोई भूमिका नहीं है और एकनाथ शिंदे की भी कोई भूमिका नहीं है. ये अमित शाह की भूमिका है. एकनाथ शिंदे बोल रहे, एकनाथ शिंदे जी की क्या भूमिका हो सकती है उसमें? तो 3 साल तक हमारे साथ रहे, उनको मालूम है क्या भूमिका है. शौर्य का प्रतीक है, शौर्य का प्रतीक कभी टूटना नहीं चाहिए. ये हमारी भूमिका है. छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज ने औरंगजेब से इतना बड़ा युद्ध किया है मराठाओं ने. छत्रपति जी के मृत्यु के बाद भी 25 साल औरंगजेब महाराष्ट्र में लड़ता रहा, लेकिन विजय नहीं प्राप्त कर सका. और वहां उनकी कब्र, ये आने वाली पीढ़ियों को इतिहास से दिखना चाहिए. चाहे अफजल खान की कब्र हो या चाहे औरंगजेब की कब्र हो. अगर इतिहास कोई समझने को तैयार नहीं तो इतिहास के शत्रु है, दुश्मन इतिहास के.
कि जो जात की बात करेगा उसे लात मारे.
मैं गडकरी साहब के इस बयान का स्वागत करता हूँ. उसने राष्ट्रहित की बात की. इस देश के भाजपा के पूरे कुनबे में और सरकार में एक ही नेता ऐसा है जो इस सरकार की बात करने की हिम्मत दिखाते हैं. और ये जो बात है गडकरी साहब की, इससे ही देश आगे बढ़ेगा.
औरंगजेब हा क्रूर शासक होता. औरंगजेबाने स्वतःच्या वडिलांना जेलमध्ये टाकलं. स्वतःचा मोठा भाऊ जो संविधानाच्या विचाराचा होता, सेक्युलर विचाराचा होता, दाराशिखा, याचा खून केला. नुसता खूनच केला नाही तर दाराशिखाचं मुंडकं कापून पूर्ण दिल्लीमध्ये फिरवलं. स्वतःचा लहाना भाऊ जो होता त्याला पागल करार दिला, त्याच्यावर विष प्रयोग केला, त्याला मारून टाकलं. आणि सदाकदा धर्माचा आधार हा औरंगजेब घ्यायचा. औरंगजेब कधी हजला पण गेला नाही आणि हा क्रूर शासक होता. आज देवेंद्र फडणवीसही तेवढेच क्रूर आहेत. सदाकदा धर्माचा आधार घेतात आहे, मात्र संतोष देशमुख सारख्या हत्या ज्या होतात आहे, जिथे खासदारांच्या लेकीबाळी सुरक्षित नाही, हा प्रकार आज दुर्दैवानं आज महाराष्ट्रात हा देवेंद्र फडणवीस सारखाच आहे. त्यामुळे औरंगजेब आणि देवेंद्र फडणवीस यांचा कारभार एकसारखा आहे.
But here's the question. Is this really about history or is it just another red herring? 1 week ago, Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, first expressed his desire to bulldoze Aurangzeb's tomb. On that very day, under cover of his sensationalism, his government declared the state budget, which showed that the government had no money to hike the Ladki Behan Yojana dole from 1,500 rupees to 2,100 rupees. Today, when the tussle over a tyrant's tomb was reignited, the state finance minister has admitted that the Ladki Behan Yojana will have to undergo changes, essentially suggesting the number of beneficiaries will have to be cut down. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are asking, is this entire debate around Aurangzeb's grave just a diversion from the real issue, as the opposition has put it? Let's put that question to our guests who are joining us this evening. I'm going to thank all of them for being here with us. Thank you, first of all, to Tehseen Poonawala for joining us in the studio. Ali Daruwala, spokesperson of the BJP. Good evening. Good to have you. Krishna Hegde, national spokesperson of the Shiva Sena, the Shinde faction, joining us on the broadcast. Anish Gawande, national spokesperson of the NCP, with us on the broadcast, the Sharad Pawar faction. And of course, I've already introduced Tehseen. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Anish Gawande, I'm going to come to you first. Please tell me why you are saying that this entire conversation around Aurangzeb is a bid to deflect from the real issues at hand in Maharashtra. I mean, Aurangzeb has been part of Maharashtra's history for the longest time now.
You know, Shreya, I think I am ashamed today to be a young politician from Maharashtra discussing Aurangzeb on national television when there are far bigger crises facing my state today. Now, this government has been in power for 10 years, but only today have they woken up to realize that Aurangzeb's grave is a problem. The Chief Minister says that the ASI is not allowing them to do something, but who is the ASI controlled by? The central government. How long has Prime Minister Modi been the Prime Minister of this country? How is it that only when convenient these issues suddenly become relevant and then they snowball out of proportion to become national media debates? You spoke very rightly of the Maharashtra budget. It was the most disastrous Maharashtra budget presented in a very long time. This government is trying to hide its own inadequacies and its own failures. It's trying to hide the fact that the stock market has collapsed almost 16 percentage points in the last 6 months alone. It's trying to hide the fact that the Nifty 50 is at its lowest in almost 29 years. It's trying to hide the fact the economy is struggling and that Trump's tariffs are going to possibly have a 5 to 10 basis point impact on the GDP. It's trying to ignore the reality that 7 farmers are dying by suicide every day in Maharashtra. And this is why they need to invent Aurangzeb. Every time they have a challenge, they will try to invoke Hindu-Muslim sort of questions. And I want to ask one very simple question. For a lawfully elected government, whose chief minister is also the home minister of the state, to be saying that I will bulldoze this grave, and to be allowing people to say that we will create a Babri-like situation in Maharashtra is shameful. This is what a law minister says. I had great expectations from Devendra Fadnavis ji, but this is not the quality of political discourse one ever expected in Maharashtra.
Ali Daruwala, would you want to come in here? Diversionary tactics. You resurrect Aurangzeb every time you're in a soup. Aurangzeb ही बचाता है आप लोगों को. Yes, Mr. Mr. Daruwala, that question was for you. Good evening. Go ahead.
Good evening, Shreya. No, there was a pause in between. Let me make it very clear over here. Aurangzeb is a shame. It is a disgrace to all the Muslims in Maharashtra. You will ask me why. Islam came to India by the preachings, the Sufism of Khaja Gariban Nawaz, Khaja Moinuddin Chishti. The people over here who became Muslims are because of love and because what they understood. We have got Patels, Deshmukhs, Rangaris, and we have got even Pawars over here who are Muslim. And they became Muslims not because of Aurangzeb. What Aurangzeb did today is making me shame my head hang in shame. What he did, you explained very nicely, Shreya, over here. What Aurangzeb needs to be done, it needs to be erased. If you ask me, we have a certain compulsion why we cannot do it offhand. But what is Archaeological Survey of India? What is this government? If it's going to bring unrest in Maharashtra, and if it is going to disturb the people, the thoughts of what he did to our Honorable Chhatrapati's son, how can you live with this? I think we should leave everything to the side. Forget this Ladki Behan Yojana. Leave everything apart. Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Bajrang Dal, before things go out of hand, if we erase it, if we flatten it, things will be in the right form. We came to the power, the Sanatanis have come to power with an ideology. We are not going to run a government of appeasement over here. What needs to be done ASAP. Yeah, Shreya, this is what I feel. I feel my chief minister was little polite being in the chair,
Mr. Daruwala.
but I cannot hide my sentiments.
Okay, Mr. Daruwala, then I want to ask you, why are you hanging your head in shame today? Aurangzeb has been dead 300 years. He executed Sambhaji 300 plus years ago. My point is, you want to erase the grave, but can you erase history? The opposition says, look, the grave, and by the way, it is not even a tomb that you can, bulldoze. It is just a mud grave with a tulsi plant growing on it. And it lies in a Sufi saint's dargah. It doesn't even have a building of its own. So I want to ask you, what do you want to erase? What do you want to bulldoze? Mud grave, what will you do after that? Will you exhume his bones? What will you do after that?
What happened? This Congress government is protecting it. ये इनकी जो रोटी, इनकी जो रोजगार चल रहा है ना ये कांग्रेस का, ये ऐसी चीजों से चल रहा है. Over here the opposition is saying लाल किला गिराओ, ये गिराओ, वो गिराओ. Arey, this is the living cause, this is the insect, this is the virus, this is the coronavirus, needs to go. No two ways about it, Shreya. I am not mincing. I am trying to control my emotions over here. Why is my head hanging in shame today? Because I am a Muslim and there's a handful of Muslims who are glorifying them, calling them Rahmat Alay. ये आदमी के वजह से इस्लाम नहीं आया. इस्लाम सूफीज्म से आया, खाजा गरीबन नवाज, मोइनुद्दीन चिश्ती की वजह से आया. हम आज भी पवार देशमुख कहलाते हैं. We are Sanatanis, we are Indians, but this guy has got disgrace to us. Get the record right.
अरे बाबा, he brought disgrace to you 350 years ago. मर गए अब वो 300 साल हो गए उनको मरे हुए. There are a lot of things that are disgracing India right now, like the Bajrang Dal, and other Hindu groups saying there will be a Babri 2.0. That is what is disgracing us now. What is disgracing us is the fact that so much of airtime is spent on discussing a guy who died 300 years ago. But you say that there are some people who are glorifying Aurangzeb. Who are these people? I don't know anyone who's glorifying Aurangzeb. In fact, are you glorifying Aurangzeb?
I come from the land of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. I think Aurangzeb was a bigot. You should learn about Aurangzeb so that this bigotry is never repeated in our country. But I also believe firmly that Aurangzeb is BJP's greatest political campaigner. I firmly believe it. Now look at the BJP spokesperson. On your show he says you should demolish his tomb. Go ahead, demolish it. There isn't a tomb, it's a mud grave. There's nothing. What are you going to demolish? Acha, even whatever you want to demolish. Last 11 years, who's been in government in the center? The BJP. They could have removed it from the ASI list. Why did they not do it? Last 10 years, who's been in government in the Maharashtra? The BJP. Before that, who was in the government? BJP. The BJP was not embarrassed then. They're embarrassed now. there are some people who are helping the BJP in this. There's no doubt in my mind about it. There's an actress who's jobless, who every time she...
Swara Bhaskar.
Whatever, I only talk about actors who have jobs. Every time she contests campaigns or somebody loses an election, saying that Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj's torture was fictional. There are people who help the BJP. There is an MLA from the Samajwadi Party who made bigoted statements. But you know why that statement was made? You know why that statement was made? That statement was made to help Ajit Pawar ji's man Friday, Dhananjay Munde ji, because that was the day Dhananjay Munde resigned from the cabinet ministry. How many of your viewers know that Dhananjay Munde is being accused or is being accused of a murder? His people are accused of it, and he had to resign as a minister. So these statements are made by these people. So to that extent, the BJP is right that some people help make these statements, and the BJP benefits from it. But please tell me, which Muslim cares about Aurangzeb? What is Aurangzeb? You want to please do what you want with Aurangzeb, but do it within the realms of the law. Ask the central government to remove it from the ASI list. Please do what you have to do. Why is the BJP saying that Muslims, why is it a Muslim issue? It's not a Muslim issue. Every Muslim in India, every Muslim in Maharashtra stands as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj. Which Muslim identifies with Aurangzeb? Except for the BJP Sarkari Muslims or people on their payroll who want to polarize. Who else benefits from this? Now, please tell me, there's me on this show, there is the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. We are not benefiting from this. What we want to discuss is the Maharashtra's economy, which is collapsing, the lack of jobs, the lack of answers the Maharashtra has on governance, the Larki Bain scheme where the money is being cut just today. They're saying they'll have to rework this scheme. We want to discuss that. They want to discuss Aurangzeb. Who's Aurangzeb benefiting? Aurangzeb only benefits the BJP.
Krishna Hegde, many would argue that it is the government of Maharashtra that is making Aurangzeb's grave, which, as I said, lies in a slight corner of a Sufi saint's dargah, a tourist attraction. Otherwise, people go to Aurangabad, people like me who've gone to Aurangabad thrice, not too many times, but thrice. I have seen Bibi Ka Maqbara. But I have not been to Aurangzeb's, but I have not been to Aurangzeb's grave simply because I didn't even know it existed. Most people don't. It's not like it is a tourist center for Muslims or Hindus to go to. Lekin tourist center to aap log bana rahe hain by saying we will erase it, we will erase it. Arey, what will you erase in this grave? And usse hoga kya, Krishna Hegde ji? Who will it benefit? It can't erase history. Arey, Mr. Hegde, you'll have to unmute yourself, please, sir. We want to hear you.
Shreya, let me tell you that to talk about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's valor, his greatness or his bravery, we don't need Aurangzeb's grave. I'll give you a small example. The face of terrorism in the world is Osama bin Laden. Can you show me his grave anywhere? There is no grave of Osama bin Laden. And therefore, it is not required that you have a grave of Aurangzeb to describe Shivaji Maharaj's greatness and history and his valor. Secondly, let me tell you, we are not bringing this issue up. It is Swara Bhaskar who brought it up. Before that, after these guys got pumped up in the Lok Sabha elections, during Ram Navami, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Jayanti, Dasra Melawa, some miscreants took Aurangzeb's photo and they were trying to create a law and order problem when there were processions of, Hindu festivities. We didn't bring it up. We are willing to discuss all the issues which Maharashtra concerns Maharashtra. And let me tell you, even now with Aurangzeb, who's bringing this up? Abu Azmi brought this issue up. We have not brought Aurangzeb issue up. And now, if someone is going to give us a threat of 15 minutes mein ye ho jayega aur wo ho jayega, Aurangzeb ye hai, wo hai, for every action, there is going to be a reaction. And that is exactly what is happening. It's not that we have started the action came from someone else, and our people are showing a reaction. So what's wrong? And it is a feeling, it's the feelings of 125 crore Hindus who respect, adore, and treat Shivaji Maharaj as a god. Shivaji Maharaj is not only a god for the entire Maharashtra, but for the entire India, entire Bharat. And he spoke about Hindvi Swaraj. And it was Aurangzeb who made his life miserable. He killed his son, he butchered him because he did not convert. And he did not do it only to, and we are not taking Aurangzeb as a Muslim. We are talking about Aurangzeb as an inhuman human being, as a person who was cruel, a person who killed his own brothers, who killed Guru Tegh Bahadur, a Sikh Guru. And therefore, Aurangzeb, we don't categorize as Muslim, we categorize him as we don't want him around. That's all. And it is not about his grave being in a small mud,
Mr.
this or
Hegde, he is
something.
not
Even
around.
it is not.
He
No.
died 300 years ago.
Yeah, but these guys are bringing
He's
him up
not
again
around.
and again.
Mr.
These guys are
and
bringing
Mr.
him up
Hegde,
after 350 years.
who's,
Can't they bring other heroes of
Mr.
India
Hegde,
who
who
died?
are these guys? Who are these guys? Mr. Hegde, let's I really appreciate the knowledge and perspective you bring to all shows. You please tell me which people are we talking about? We are talking about an actress who says that Sambhaji's torture was, was a figment of imagination. Do governments react to what actresses say?
No, it is not
Do
about
governments
an actress
react to
or
what
Abu
one
Azmi.
loose cannon MLA says?
No, let me tell you, Samajwadi Party Maharashtra leader is Abu Azmi. He is not a loose cannon, one MLA, single MLA. He heads a party here. Secondly, the MIM...
सबसे बड़े loose cannon तो वही हैं.
The
कुछ भी बोलते हैं मुंह में आता है.
No, let me say that MIM supporters were the people who were giving out Aurangzeb photographs in Ram Navami and Dasra Melawa and Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Jayanti. Why do they need to do that? They are the people who are trying to create a law and order and problem in Maharashtra, and it is not us. We want to govern. We want to take up the issues of the people. We want to talk about Ladki Behna. We want to see that
Anish
every
Gawande.
Ladki Behna gets the money there. We spoke about the budget. We talk about infrastructure. In Mumbai, 3 lakh crore infrastructure work is going on. These are the people who are creating a problem here.
ठीक है. So you're okay. Neville is with us as well. Hi, Neville. Good evening. I think I forgot to introduce you. Dr. Neville Mehta is on the broadcast with us. He's joining us. Hi, Neville. He is joining us in the capacity of a Mumbai citizen, of a Maharashtra citizen. All of you are Mumbai and Maharashtra citizens, but Dr. Neville more so. He is from Mumbai first. I want to ask you, Dr. Neville Mehta, as a citizen of Maharashtra and Mumbai, what do you make of this entire controversy that has now gone on for over 3 weeks?
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show. First, let me make a statement that I'm not a politician. I do not belong to any party, and therefore my context on what I'm going to say purely depends on being a citizen of Maharashtra. I want to know, when we are trying to bring down things, have any of these political parties thinking of raising down encroachments? Why are they not talking about that? Why are they not talking about building hospitals, building education institutes, building institutes of excellence, and stop wasting their time, our time, and trying to make speeches by which you are bringing the harmony and peace of a common citizen at stake? I don't care. I don't care whether his tomb is there or not. It doesn't make any difference to me. If I have to know who he is, I will look up the history and I will decide myself whether the person who's buried there needs me to go and bow my head down to him or no. Why are you trying to legislate the behavior of people when there is so much more to do? Why don't you talk on that? Why are you wasting your time trying to get people like us who have nothing to do with your schemes and the people who are winning and losing in political people, because you all speak the same language? Today you are in this party, tomorrow you're in the other party. But the question is, let us live in peace and create a situation, an atmosphere of growth. There's so much more to be done. We don't even have simple footpaths. Even they are encroached. Why don't you demolish those encroachments instead of demolishing graves? I'm not saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing. Let it not be misunderstood. What I'm saying is there's so much more to be done where actually people like me and people like you, and including the politicians, their families, would attain something by doing certain things instead of wasting your time.
I get the point. I get the point you're making, but Anish Gawande, I'll come to you in a minute. But Anish Gawande, the ruling dispensation says that there has been provocation. It's not like we suddenly woke up and remembered Aurangzeb. The fact is that there have been multiple provocations. We had to respond.
No, Shreya, you know what? I want to echo what Neville has said because, frankly, I don't care. If there's been a provocation, you've been offended, you're in power, demolish the grave if you want to, don't demolish the grave if you don't want to. This political grandstanding that has continued, as you rightly said now, for 3 weeks, is nothing but a charade. As Tehseen rightly pointed out, chronology samjhiye. Dhananjay Munde gets fired, Abu Asmi speaks up. Budget flops, Fadnavis ji speaks up. Now they can't address any concerns about the civic infrastructure in the city because the civic polls are coming up. They'll try and rile up this Hindu-Muslim hatred. Now I want to tell you one real thing. Dilli chehi takht rakhito Maharashtra maza. The fact that Aurangzeb's grave lies there in a state of almost disrepair and ruin is testament to the fact that nobody who has tried to conquer the spirit of Maharashtra has ever succeeded. And those who are hanging their heads in shame today, ask them to hang their heads in shame at the fact that in Ellora, just a few kilometers away from that grave, lies Maloji Bhosle's grave, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's grandfather, in the middle of a rubbish dump, in the middle of a rubbish heap. They've not managed to restore it. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's father's grave, Shahaji Bhosle's grave, lies in Davangere in Karnataka without even a chhatri. They've not spoken up about it. Those who want to protect history are stamping on the photos of Bahadur Shah Zafar in their protest against Aurangzeb. This is a complete circus. These are our protectors of history. These are the people who are going to restore the glory of the Maratha Empire. These are nothing but circus tricks designed to keep a population busy to avoid talking about real issues. And we need to ignore these circus tricks.
Ali Daruwala, do respond,
Shreya,
please.
Come on, what a timing. Anish Gawande has saying Maloji Bhosle की कबर का कोई हाल नहीं है. वहां पर मैसूर में क्या हो गया? 30 years शरद पवार ग्रुप जहां से ये आते हैं ना, मैम, for 30 years chief minister, what did they do? They woke up. They never woke up. Now this Sanatani government has woken up. What happened 6 months back?
Sir, but you're in power now for 10 years. We are bad. We're the worst, sir. We're the worst government.
Let me finish. 30 years you were in power. Honorable Sharad Pawar ji was the chief minister. जब भी आपको ये सब दिखाई नहीं दिया. आज आपकी अपेक्षा, your expectations with BJP is so high that you want us to restore. We will restore. And mind you, over here, we are back to power. What you did with Afzal Khan, what you did for 50 years, you drank tea with Congress, who were the urban Naxals. I'm controlling my vengeance over here, my anger. What happened? This urban Naxals, this so-called the lieutenant, these people sat, the reporters drank wine, they flew in the aircraft, but they were #1 enemy of the state. Over here, we are going to set everything right. Now they're saying what happened for 2 years, what happened for 2.5 years. Yeah, I would say 10 years at a length. We have started working. सनातनी जो है यहाँ पे मुसलमान भी सनातनी है, हिंदू भी सनातनी है, और मुसलमानों का नाम खराब करने का काम ये मुगल शासन ने किया. औरंगजेब रोड, अकबर रोड, ma'am, by mistake you said Aurangabad. It's not Aurangabad anymore. It is Sambhaji Nagar now. Yes, the ball is rolling. This will be erased legally or illegally. Babri 1 or Babri 2. This needs to happen. Peace needs to be restored. No
Ali Daruwala, I want to ask you, my friend Ali Daruwala is my favorite spokesperson from the BJP.
Mine as well.
But Mr. Daruwala, here's the point. Genuinely, I really like Ali Daruwala because he's sometimes, even if, things are not going his party's way, he'll speak his mind. But Mr. Daruwala, I want to understand one simple thing from you. Abhi to Maharashtra has double engine ki sarkar, no? There is BJP in the state, there is BJP in the center. I want to ask you, Ali Daruwala, the ASI, that's the Archaeological Survey of India, that quote-unquote unfortunately protects the grave of Aurangzeb, comes under the government of India. And ASI is saying we are not going to make any comment about us protecting the grave or not. It's up to the government of India. If they want, we will withdraw our protection. So why are you not asking the ASI to withdraw protection? Because by not doing so, you are seen to be doing exactly what Anish is saying, playing out a circus.
No, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, this organization, which is an offshoot of our Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, is not here doing drama. Sangh doesn't do any sort of drama. They mean business. As you said, rightfully said, this is a matter which
No,
needs
I
to be
was
brought
talking
up,
about
which
Devendra
needs to be what
Fadnavis.
my chief minister said. I'm coming back to that. What my chief minister said, yeah, we need to move. If we need to change law, we will change law. We will not let anybody glorify a traitor who killed our ancestors. I am telling you, I am
But
Daruwala
3
or
हफ्ते हो गए, you have
whatever,
not
even
done
Pawar.
anything
I have converted
except
out of my
debate
own
this on
will.
national
But
television and give
200,
sound
300
bites
years
so
back,
that every
if
day
you
there's a
find
debate
out
on
about
TV.
my legacy, even I may be a Hindu. What Aurangzeb did was not by love. He did it with the sword. तलवार के धार पे आपने convert किया. The
And
mark
therefore the
is
irony.
fresh. The mark is fresh in the
Ali
families who have
Daruwala,
lost their
therefore the
lives.
irony.
What
And Ali Daruwala, therefore the irony, if the Bajrang Dal and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad do get a key for the bulldozer, they are not going to be flattening Aurangzeb's grave. They will actually bring down a Sufi saint's tomb, Dargah. You know that, right?
Which
Go
was a
ahead.
Sufi?
Ali Daruwala. Where is Aurangzeb's grave? Where is Are Baba.
status नहीं
अरे
दिया
Ali
है.
Daruwala, 1 minute. No one is calling Aurangzeb a Sufi saint, bhai. Ruk jaiye Ali Daruwala before,
maybe
I get trolled for this. Wait, my simple point is, no, don't worry about it. Maybe you misunderstood me. Let me clarify. I'm not calling Aurangzeb a Sufi saint. No one in their right minds would do it. But where is Aurangzeb's grave? May I ask you? It's in a corner of a dargah. Yeah, that belongs to a Sufi saint. And his grave is actually unmarked. That is the point I was trying to make. Go ahead. I think Tehsin wants to come in.
This is, if you can just cut to me, this is the most historic debate of Mirror now, and I'll tell you why. Ali Bhai, the BJP spokesperson, who's my favorite as well, and I know Ali Bhai from Pune. Ali Bhai literally said that, no, I swear, Anish, I know him from Pune. He literally said that Anish and I drink wine when I think both of us are teetotalers, when his surname is Daruwala, actually. I promise you, this is the most historic debate of Mirror now. But leave that as that may be. I'm telling you.
Let's
when the Congress government was in power, I wasn't
Ali
18.
Daruwala on the screen. Just the two of you.
And Anish.
Producers, if you can hear me, please.
I'm telling you, the BJP spokesperson actually accused the NCP spokesperson and me of enjoying wine, which we both don't do. We are both teetotalers when his surname is actually Daruwala. It is incredible. But let's come to the issue. Let's come to even Krishna.
I was not even 13. I was not even 18 when the Congress was in power. I was not even 18 when the Congress was in power. I also want this wine now. I was not even an adult.
Anish is showing off his youngest on the panel.
Anyway, go ahead, finish making the point.
But look, again, for the BJP spokesperson to tell on TV that legally or illegally will break it, the BJP is in government. Just pass a law. You have a complete majority in parliament, in both houses of parliament. This comes under the ASI. Pass an ordinance. And Bahadur Shah Zafar, by the way, Anish is right, they were protesting using Bahadur Shah Zafar's pictures. 7 September 2017, one of the wisest men in our country visited the grave of Bahadur Shah Zafar in Myanmar. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They used his pictures. They don't even know Aurangzeb. I think
LK Advani in Karachi in 2005 visited Jinnah's grave and called him a great secular patriot.
Yeah, but that was wrong, I think. But again,
I'm just saying, it's happened.
But again, I'm just very clear that Aurangzeb is a bigot. You can do what you want with him, but do it within the law, change the law. This is only being done simply because they want to divert attention. They have no answers. The headlines today should have been Ladki Behan. The money is being cut. The women were conned. You know what Shivaji Maharaj stood for? You know why did Shivaji Maharaj's entire legacy get the traction it did? Because Shivaji Maharaj was the first king in India who stood up for women's rights. So women, even when armies were defeated, the women were not attacked. They were not raped. They were not taken as slaves. That's what made Shivaji Maharaj such a great king. He was everybody's Chhatrapati. The same women which Shivaji Maharaj stood up for, this government has let them down in Ladki Behna. They've let them down. The money's been cut. This is that government. And because they want to hide it, they will now come up with all these issues. Please do what you want. The Congress, NCP does not oppose you. Do what you want. Last 11 years, you are in government. Go ahead, pass the law. Do it.
Ali Daruwala, we'll wait for it. Thank you very much for joining us. Good to have you on the show. Krishna Hegde, thank you very much.
Thank
Anish
you,
Gawande,
Shreya.
good to have
Thank
you
you.
on the
I
show.
wanted to answer
Tehseen
him
Poonawala,
about
thank you very
Latki
much.
Behna.
And Dr. Mehta. अरे टाइम चलिए 20 seconds मेरे को आपको देना ही पड़ेगा.
नहीं, out of the
20 seconds to Mr.
2.56
Hegde.
Ladki Behnas, 10 lakhs may have been disqualified because of double beneficiaries. And regarding what Mr. Bevel said, we are working for the farmers, the youth, for education, for industry, for infrastructure, for everything.
Yeah,
and when we
Neville,
do
let me-
bulldozing and remove encroachment, you call it the bulldozer Raj. That is what is happening. When we need the bulldozer Raj, we give the bulldozer Raj also. Against
Okay.
illegal
We'll leave it there.
encroachments.
Dr. Neville, thank you very much. And Krishna Hegde, thank you very much. Here's, I'm out of time. This is all I'll say. What is my job as a journalist? My job as a journalist is put every point of view out there. Our viewers are very smart. They will decide for themselves. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on this debate. It's been very interesting.
Thank you.
Stepping into a quick break on the show. There's more on the other side from Aurangzeb. We are going straight to Ori. Do stay with us.